Hi, Roshan. Thanks for being with me today.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Now, it's been fun getting to know you over the last few months and working with you. You mind reminding me kind of where were you at when we first met and before we started working together? What was going on and what were you trying to figure out?
So yeah, I'd been at my company for about like 9 years, and I was trying to transition into a new company to look for a different kind of role. So I was out there looking for jobs, and I was looking for opportunities on LinkedIn. So kind of needed help with setting up my profile, and then setting up my resume to reflect the work that I had done and the new role that I was seeking, and as well as I was going through interviews, but I wasn't projecting my confidence in those interviews, or I needed help telling my story. So that's when I came across you and signed up with you to get that help.
Okay, very good. So, what was the big impetus or driver for you making a career change at this point after being with one company for a lot of years? What made you feel like you needed to make a change now?
So I had been working at the company since I graduated from college, and it had been 9 years. So I kind of wanted to um, get a change of environment, going from a big company to a smaller company where I could get a variety of roles under my belt instead of just focusing on one design engineer role. So like the new company that I've joined now, as a design engineer, I'm also getting to do drafting work, getting into structural testing and quality work as well. So um, yeah, those are the things. The biggest thing was like just a change in pace and a new environment and experiencing a new work culture in the
Okay,
company.
very good. So, when we first started working together, what were kind of your first impressions that made you feel comfortable that the engineering career accelerator approach and working together with me would probably be a good fit for you?
Um, so yeah, just when I looked at your website, everything that I needed help with resonated with that was on written down on your website. So just updating my LinkedIn profile, updating my resume, and then working through the mindsets. That was one of the biggest things. Like I didn't have enough confidence going into interviews and just telling about my previous work that I'd done. So that's why I came up and signed up with you so I could get help with that. Mainly the interview part.
Yeah. Okay. So then, actually working through that process, what was that like, and what did you find the balance of some of the materials that you got plus the personalized coaching? How did you feel like that experience worked together to help you be as successful as possible here?
The one thing was just sitting down and coming up with a plan. Because when you're on your own, you kind of like doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but then you kind of lose interest in this, and then you jump onto a different thing. So it can be chaotic doing it on your own. But when I started working with you, we wrote down a plan, and then we went through that. So you know, started off with our LinkedIn profile, set that up, and then recruiters started reaching out to me. The next step was setting up my resume so I could send it to them. And then once I started getting interviews, that's when I scheduled my third session with you, and we went through the mindsets. So you kind of broke it down and went back into the history of like what was holding me back, and we figured that part out. And then working through the interviews, you helped me like how I should be telling my story and how I should be answering these questions. So getting a structure was very helpful for that. So it was pretty much just streamlining the whole process of changing my career. So
Yeah. Did you have any roadblocks or disappointments or challenges along the way?
it was a learning process for sure. So, I had interviews during that time which didn't go so well. Some of them did go well. But in the end result was pretty good. I got what I wanted out of it, so it worked
Okay.
out pretty well.
Very good. Yeah. So, how many interviews did you end up having to go through, and how many offers? And then certainly you chose a new one, and what made you want to choose that? So, talk about kind of those final results, moving through kind of the final part of that experience.
Okay. Yeah, so before I started working with you, I had like two or three different interviews, which didn't go so well. So that's when I started looking for somebody that can help me. Once I signed up with you, and once we had the profile going and my resume was updated, recruiters started reaching out to me. So I had about like 10 or 12 recruiters reach out to me, which resulted in I think 4 different interviews, and then out of those, I got 2 different offers, and I accepted one of them.
Okay. Excellent. And did you end up with a raise compared to where you were at before?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. How much, if you don't mind sharing?
It was about like 15%.
Okay, that's excellent. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. So, and well, just kind of finish things off here, Roshan. If you were talking or suggesting to anyone else who's considering joining this program, what would you say to them?
I'd say just do it. I think it's a really good price for what you offer. It's not just you know just getting your profile updated. It's a complete package. It goes back to your mindsets, what's holding you back, or why you don't want to do something. Just sign up for it, and you can work through all those. And I can promise you that you're gonna get better results
Okay,
working with
very
us.
good. And do you feel like any of the things that you learned are going to help you not just, to get where you are now in your new role, but also beyond and help you continue forward with more success?
Yes, definitely. So previously, when I used to work, I didn't write down everything that I was doing. So now that I went through this whole process of the job search, now that I know that everything that you're doing, you should be documenting properly. So that's one of the key things. And keep everything updated as you're going, your profile, your resume at all times. It's not only for the time you're looking for a job, but it should be an ongoing process at all
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing this. It's been such a pleasure to work with you and get to know you over the last few months. And I wish you nothing but the best as you continue forward here, Roshan. Thanks so much.
times. Yeah, thank you.